Hey everybody, Caden here, welcome back to my channel. And if you're one of those people wondering whether Strike Rush VR is actually a mix between Titanfall and Overwatch, then you'd be wanting to watch right until the end of this video, as hopefully all will be revealed. So let's get right into it then. Okay, so first up I have 10 keys to give away for this game. 2 are going to be hidden somewhere in this video, and I'm going to give some away in my Discord channel, link is down below. I'm also going to be giving away some in the comments, so please make sure that you comment there, and I'll be lobbing some in there, so keep an eye out. So there's definitely another reason to keep tuned until the end of the video. But what's the actual game like? So starting up with the game, it was quite interesting. You start in this little hub and you got all these different rooms that you can go in, some so you can practice in a shooting range, and then there's places you can go and open loot boxes. I think you can actually purchase them, and you can also earn them as you play, and these are all like cosmetic things. And yes, there is a in currency, and even areas where you can play basketball, sort of. The actual gameplay, as you've guessed it, is a arena shooter, and within this you have different arenas that you can go into and battle it out 4v4 with other players online, and as well as all your usual gunf, like different weapons that you can use, different abilities that each character can do, things like a dash ability, turning yourselves invisible, and many more. And this does actually give you the ability to switch it up and sort of play the way you kind of want to play yourself. But these days, arena shooters are a dime a dozen, and you do need something slightly more unique to really clamp players to it. This one's in VR, so there's a point, but there's more to this game's uniqueness. One, you get a kind of, I don't know whether you call it a pet, but it's kind of like a little dog that basically you command, and it can shoot and attack other players. Although being able to pet your dog and the ability to command where he goes, or indeed where he attacks, was pretty cool, I ultimately, a bit further down the line, kind of forgot about him a lot. And although I could see other players using their dog efficiently, it still kind of just felt like you just had a bot next to you that you can control, and that was about it. Fortunately, this wasn't where the differences ended, which is where the Titanfall bit comes into. And whilst you're doing your arena shootery, trying to take control of areas in the arena, you do have the ability to activate a Titan type thing. Now, I will say right here that one of the strangest things about this game, and it's being fixed because I've seen the devs say that they're fixing it and they know about the issue, is that in normal mode, turning is only snap turning. There is no smooth turning, which is unfortunate. Because if there's one thing in VR that really pees me off, it's snap turning. In fact, the whole ability not to turn any, like the vineyards, yeah, you get my point, the blackness that comes around you when you jump or fall off something, and I couldn't do that either. But there is a fix for the snap turning. Now, when you actually activate these Titans, you run around the back of them, you go into them, and you can turn normally. It's really weird. You have smooth turning. I almost thought this was like some clever design, but I couldn't work out why that would be clever to do that in the slightest. But luckily enough, as I said before, the dev team have said they're going to fix it for us. Woohoo! Anywho, the Titan has a health bar and, like everything, can be destroyed. But it is a nice difference to the actual gameplay. You get to use like a submachine gun, Gatling gun type thing, and then there's this chargeable bomb thing. Although I did find it weird that I seem to be, in a lot of the matches I played, the only one jumping into the mech. Mostly everyone didn't bother with it, which to me was strange. I actually thought it was quite fun to jump in and start destroying the enemy. And it was a nice distraction from the normal way of playing it, if that kind of makes any sense. If you're a lone wolf, or indeed if you can't get a match, which I haven't actually had so far. So far, the community's been there. But I will also note that there was a couple of times where it seemed, well, not seemed, it did add bots to the game in order to make a game happen. And I believe we had a full team and the other team didn't have a full team, which kind of felt a bit weird, but at least we were getting a game in. So visually, it looked okay. It wasn't the best I've ever seen. The weapons did actually look quite neat. I did actually like the look of the weapons, and they all had a different feel about them. And those that had scopes actually had scopes, which is pretty cool. I thought some of the cosmetic changes were a bit meh, but I've not really been into that sort of thing. I prefer the actual gameplay than to dressing my actual character up too much. Sound-wise, it was okay. It had speech in parts. The gun sounded all right. The environments were okay. It's just the fact that I couldn't find a way of turning down things like the music, which kind of like sounded really loud and needed turning down a little. Likewise, like I was trying to record some gameplay, but it was nothing that I could actually use because I couldn't turn down sound so that I can talk. It was too loud. And just not having these options, or at least not having them yet, or hiding them because I couldn't find them anywhere, is just, to me, not really a good thing. So at this very point, allow me to ask you, if you've enjoyed the video, to like and subscribe. And with that, let's get on to the score, shall we? Strike Rush is a competent game that does quite a bit right, but unfortunately it does some things wrong. But I'd probably say it does more right than wrong, and some things that it does wrong are going to be fixed, which is good. And I think as long as the player base sticks around for this one, which there is no reason why it shouldn't, this one could be around for quite a while. It is worth kind of mentioning the fact that there is kind of a single player mode to this game. There's kind of like two time trial shootery type things where you just get funneled through corridors, and they're okay. I had a little bit of fun with them, although I wouldn't rely on this mode for ongoing entertainment. But I will say that this game is worth a 7 out of 10. As long as that player base stays, this should actually be quite a competent game. And once again, thank you for joining me. Those codes, there's going to be 2 in this video, some in the comments, some in Discord. So get yourselves down to Discord. Leave a nice comment down below. And yeah, thanks for joining me, because life is better when we game together.